that is that Indiana Attorney General Greg Zeller has asked the U.S. Supreme Court to allow prayer as part of the official part of public meetings. A lot of people say, it's the court is one court has already ruled that it's unconstitutional to start an official meeting with a prayer. Now,
actually, I think that's only a single judge. It was a circuit court. It wasn't a panel or anything.
It was an appeals court, so kind of high court.
It is appeals, my bad.
Yeah. So, what do you think about it?
Well, everybody keeps quoting the First Amendment like they actually read it. It simply says Congress shall make no law respecting or establishment of religion. So saying a prayer before a meeting is not establishing and or endorsing a religion. It's at the very most a very implicit, tacit statement that we're going to say a prayer. That's it. Same kind of prayers that were said around, when the country was established, et cetera, et cetera. So, I don't think it's a problem at all, and I think it should be read. I don't think there's a problem with that. I think McDermott with this not doing it is like caving before the issue is even, brought before the court.
I don't know. Mac, let's look at this. What does Zeller say? He says, citizens offer prayers and service to an elected assembly, and in so doing may receive accommodation of their individual beliefs without implicating the Establishment Clause.
Exactly.
Yeah, but, in practice...
And Zeller's a smart guy because you like him and you appreciate his intelligence. I know that.
2 months ago, the Hammond City Council stopped beginning its meetings with prayers after Mayor McDermott suggested the practice is likely unconstitutional. Hammond officials were right to do so, according to the Times. The Times is saying official prayer is a bad, it's not, it's forbidden. The First Amendment forbids the establishment of a state religion, and sanctioned prayers effectively sanction one religion over another.
And it's not, saying a prayer is not doing either.
Yeah, but they invite someone to give that prayer, right?
Yeah.
They invite someone, right? So let's say
they could have a Congress. One of the guys in the one of the henchmen from Hammond just say the prayer. It's no big deal.
All right. Well, what if you have get a Muslim guy in there to come say the prayer at a Hammond City Council meeting?
Well, that's an interesting point because the way the politicians in the country, Democrats and Republicans alike, determine who can be involved in different political activities is based on simply the population and a percentage of what you represent. So if you're that religion that represents slaughtering goats in your backyard on a Saturday night, which is completely insane, but there is a group of people that actually do that, and you're only 0.001% of the population, we can't have 80 prayers before the meeting.
Yeah, well,
you get a Baptist, a Catholic, and you're representing
you just kind of proved the other
of the thing.
You just kind of proved the other side's point in a way. You're right. You can't have 80 prayers before the meeting to represent everyone in the entire community. So the founding forefathers kind of erred on let's have none as part of our state and a part of our federal government.
That's not what they say. And at least I got Zeller on my side, so I go with that. Hey, I'll give you 3 quick predictions.
No. I like this one because I don't know as if people are in reality, the situation is that most of the time it's going to be a Christian guy whose vote is brought in to open up a city council or a town council or the Congress for that matter. And that is moving in the direction of having a state religion of the Christian religion, especially when the other religions that are not Christian are under more and more attack. I think that, to me, you err on the side of caution. No, nothing with the church involved with the state. That's it.
Well,
so we just disagree.
I get what you're saying, that a religion is under attack, and maybe you could rotate them through it once in a while. Whether that they're under attack is a completely different subject, but that they represent only like less than 1.4 or 5% of the population kind of shows that when 89, 90, whatever it is, percent of the population is of the Christian faith, Baptist, Catholic, Methodist, et cetera, think they should have at least a little.
Don't you see this? Don't you see the cycle there? I mean, why did people come from England to come here? They were a huge They were a minority. The Puritans wanted to come here, and part of the reason they wanted to come here, was to practice their religions, however they wanted. And they had problems with the state religion of England, which was the Anglican Church. And now they come here, and now we're going to kind of repeat history and allow people to be saying Christian prayers at almost all of the meetings. What are the stats? Probably 95% of the meetings that go to are going to be either Christian-based prayers or somebody Christian giving it. So,
true.
I mean, so then you're really repeating history, what England did to push people out in the first place. That's not what we're supposed to be doing.
No, but what England did was allowed nothing else to happen. And the reason we came here also is primarily, I think, if you get a little different, not to say a different view, but it was a little more orientated toward a tax situation where
that's another issue. I understand that.
Why people came here.
I understand that. But the issue of moving in the direction of allowing the Christian religion to seep into government, I don't know. It just doesn't give me the warm and fuzzy. Thanks for the call. 219-845-1100. Hey, Lee, how are you?
Okay, how you doing, Jim?
What's up, man?
It never ceases to amaze me. These people and politicians get all worked up over this freedom from religion and, and the First Amendment, but nobody worries about the violations of the Fifth Amendment with this NSA spy grid, or nobody worries about the Fourth Amendment with the Patriot Act. Nobody worries about the 10th Amendment by forcing the 9th and 10th Amendment by forcing Obamacare on the states. Nobody, it's like, I don't understand when people don't see the erosion that's going on of the Bill of Rights in general in this country. And they all worry about some innocuous thing with whether we're going to do a prayer before a meeting, but these real erosions of what this country was, the foundation this country was built on, nobody cares about the loss of any of these. If anything, guys like Lindsey Graham and John McCain are trying to scare them on a daily basis into just setting fire to the Bill of Rights. But nobody worries about that. I just don't understand it.
Beats the Sam Hill out of me, right?
Well, the thing is, let's look at what's important here. The thing is, I remember reading a while back that I don't know how many planks there are in the Communist Manifesto that was laid out back in the late 19th century, by Karl Marx, and we've already adopted something like I think it's like 12 of the 14 or 15 planks of the Communist Manifesto in this country to actually turn this into a communistic or socialistic country. And none of these things have any rights of the individual. They're always the rights of the individual always take a backseat to the rights of the nation as a whole, which means that there is no democracy. That you are gonna do what you're told by a central authority, and that's just the way it is. But nobody seems to be worrying about any of that. And they'll pick something like this prayer before a meeting thing, which to me is just some thing to keep you occupied while they're stealing the store off in the back, and to keep us occupied with an issue like this. I just don't understand where people set their priorities.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, Lee. I appreciate it. All right, guys, 746 in the Calumet region. I'll take a look at all the news going on